Hello everyone. I thought I was going to be able to do YouTube Live, but you have to have 1,000 subscribers to do YouTube Live. I don't understand it, but that's probably why everybody does Facebook Lives. So I thought I would do the same thing I was going to do in my Facebook or my YouTube Live and just give you the video. So today I have a cute little treat holder, and it's got like 3 of the chocolate carrots in there. You can put more in there. And I did a card to go with it, so the card is extra. So let's get started. First thing you need to do is you need to have a piece that is just under 2 inches by 7 inches. So you're going to stick this in, and you want to flip it over, because if you look, that is too far. You want to come down so it's just barely past that. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. You're going to stick it in and just go barely past the edge. Oops, I locked it as I was punching. All right, and that's the scallop tag topper punch. All the supplies and measurements are listed below. Now with this, we're going to take our trimmer, and we want to score this at, let me check, score it at 2.5. So you line it up there and you score it, then you flip it around, line it up, and score it. Okay, there's part of our basket made. And you want to take your fold on your score lines and give it a good burnish with your bone folder. All right, there's part of our basket. Now you're taking a 3 by 5 inch piece, and on the short side you're going to score it just past 1.5. So if you put this in, you want to take this piece, like if this is my score line for 1.5, you want to go just a little bit past it and score it. And then you flip it around and do the same thing there. Then on the long side, you do 1.5, flip it around, 1.5. And now we need to fold and burnish our score lines. Give it a good crisp fold. I guess I should put the box down here so you know where we're going with it. All right, now this here, you want to round this just to kind of give it a little bit better look, and so that it will lay in there better. So I'm using the detailed trio punch, or you can use a corner rounder, and you're going to stick in each corner and you're going to round it. So that you have that. Now, using your snips, you're going to take, and I did a lot of prep work ahead of time, you're going to cut up those, put the long side in facing you, and cut up those score lines like so. And you do that on the other side also. All right. Then what we're going to take and do, so I'm going to fold those in so that it stays down. I'm going to take some glue, and I'm going to add glue on each end, and then this piece comes around, and I'm going to hold it just to pinch it just a little bit so that it grabs. See, that didn't pinch that one long enough. Let me try it again. And just hold it long enough for the glue to grab. It doesn't take very long. All right, fold these back. The only thing you have to remember is not to put too much glue that it oozes out all over. And do the same thing on this side. And this makes part of the box. All right, now that we've got that, now what we need to do is we need to glue this in our box. So take your glue and put it on just the sides and the bottom where you had that cutout. Oh, and your bottom. Spread it around your bottom. Forgot that almost. Then set that inside and push the pieces, the sides up, and hold them. Make sure you push that bottom piece also to make sure it grabs. And then use your bone folder and go back and forth inside so that the bottom catches. And then sometimes the sides don't catch, so I just go back and do them again. And I always flip it around. And there's the box to the point that we're ready for the next part. Now, you need a piece that's 1 inch by 1 inch by 9 inches. I don't have any DSP that's 1 by 9 that would match this. So I pulled out DSP. This is from the In Colors stack. So this is 1 by 6. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to join this like so, and then I'll come the other way also. But what I want to do first is I want to get my fold lines because that'll help. So I'm going to put that there and just fold it around and crease it. And I think I'm going to take and cut this off just a smidgen. All right, and we're going to hide that other piece, so it's no big deal. All right, now I'm going to put, and I'm using wet glue for this, but you can use whatever you have. If you have tape runner, you can use that. If you have the ATG gun, which is my favorite, you can use that. All right, now going back here in the middle, I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to wrap it around, making sure I keep it even and centered. All right, like so. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one, but this time I'm going to start in the center back, and I'm going to wrap it around. And I'm going to cut this one off a little shorter so that it's hidden under my embellishment. All right. And I did that one in a contrast so you could see. And this one, all right, I have to come back to the front. Line it up. Go across and make sure you're lined up on the top and bottom of those two pieces. All right, so I've got that done. To do our handle, you need a piece that's 1/2 inch by 6 inches. Use your bone folder to take and curl it. Now what you want to do is you want to take a glue dot, and you're going to put a glue dot here, and you're going to come, well, that's not right. I put the glue dot on the wrong side. Hang on. I make the mistakes so you don't have to. All right. I'm just pulling the glue dot off. It's not going to really matter because you're going to hide it, so put your glue dot on. Then you're going to come in through that punch And the key is not to let it stick and go down to almost to the top of your DSP. And then you want to do the same thing on this side. Come in through here. And if you're not comfortable putting that glue dot on first, wait and put the glue dot on. Now, I took and I totally realized I hadn't put my sentiment on my no, that goes on my card. I was like, wait a minute, that goes on my card. Okay, so there's this, and then I put this on with wet glue, and I just put it all over the circle. And then this circle goes on here like so. And my little bunny is from the Retired Set Basket Bunch. And here he is. I stamped him in crumb cake and I colored his ears with Blushing Bride and his bow with petal pink. Purple Posy. This one I just did the pink on him. And now we want to do the one on the other side, and that's sticking, but that's okay because it's going to be able to stick to this. And then just make sure you go down low enough on each side to hide your DSP where you've joined it. And there it is. So there's your little basket. And if you have any of the Ghirardelli chocolates, they can go in there very easily, like so. You can put in more than one, or you can put in those with some carrots. So there's that. Now, I thought that was just too cute and that we needed a card to go with it. So I thought some punch art would be good. So I've got this card for this one. Oops. Up too high. And I thought I would do a Purple Posy one for the other one to match it. So you're going to need your card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You're going to fold it in the center. Use your bone folder for a crisp fold. Then I took the stitched shapes framelits and I use the 2 middle ovals and the largest circle, and I cut those out. The larger oval was white, and I did 2, and then the other one was white also. Then I used the second, it's like not the smallest, but the next one up, and I did the another oval out of Blushing Bride. And now to get this to look right, when you put this on, you don't want to center it. You want to bring that oval down close to the stitching at the bottom, and then make sure you center it that way so you can see. All right, I'll pull it up here as I've been doing it. So I'm centering it or putting it down near that bottom stitching, and then I'm watching my sides and putting it on that way. Now, I'm going to move these and I'll pull them all back in. This goes on here, and the trick with this is you have to get your ears on first. So I set this on and I used my oval and I went down far enough that that corner was hidden. So it's barely hidden. All right, and then I made sure I had it where I wanted it. Then when I took and do is add some adhesive to the back, whatever you want. All right, I'm going to readjust this. Got glue on my fingers. There's my corner. And I want as much of this circle on there as possible. So then I took and I added my one ear, and I kind of put it in far enough that it looked right. And then I did my other ear, and I overlapped the white just a little. And again, I was looking at my how far down I went with it so that it would look good. Take your glue, do it on the back of your circle, watch your corner, and stick it down. Then what you want to do is you want to flip this over, and you want to cut these pieces off. Just use the card and follow along. All right, I'm going to get rid of these because they have glue on the back. All right, now she needed a little, this is for my granddaughters, so they're girls, so that's why it has a bow. If you're doing this for a boy, don't do the bow. You can do it in blue. But I took some of the retired Blushing Bride 1/4 inch cotton ribbon, which is, I love this ribbon. I was so sad when it retired. All right, that one's going to act up on me, so I'll get it off there. Put it on your glue dot, pinch it, take it off, and put it right in the center, like so. All right, now using the, I think it's about 3/8 of an inch punch. It was a punch several years ago. I tried the 1/2 inch. I thought they were too big. 1/4 is going to be too small. So I think this is like 3/8 of an inch, and I punched 2 of those out of black. And then several years ago, we had another punch pack that had the heart, the mini heart in it, and I punched the heart out of Blushing Bride. So now I'm going to take my pieces and I'm going to add them to glue dots. I just find it easier to use the glue dots. And then I use my pokey tool to determine my placement. I find it easier to do that than trying to use my fingers because I can shift it as I need it. And then for the heart, this makes his nose, so make sure you put it on upside down or he's going to have a funny looking nose. Now the next step is he needs some pink cheeks. So this is a makeup brush, and I just am taking my, I think I need to re-ink my pad, my pink, and I'm adding some pink cheeks for him, like so. There's a little bit there. Now it's showing up. I just keep adding till I get to the point that I'm happy. And I'm gonna, it'll take me a while to do this side, but I'll get it. There we go. All right, he's got some nice pink cheeks now. And to finish him off, take your Stampin' Write marker in basic black and use the writing end and add your whiskers. And I find it easier to go like this. And he's got some wild and crazy whiskers, but that's okay. And there you have it. I'm sorry this couldn't be a Facebook Live, but I thought I would go ahead and do it so that you could see. Oh, I forgot the Happy Easter. What I did was I took from the Timeless Tulips, and this is just one I had. It had Happy Easter, but it had all this other stuff, and I didn't want that. I just wanted the Happy Easter. So I took again my Stampin' Write marker and I inked up just Happy Easter so that you can see it with your marker. And I stamped it on a piece of paper. And then using the classic label punch. It's a lot longer than it needs to be, so stick it in and take one end and have it close to the point. Then you take the other end and you stick it back in where the cutting pieces are. All right, come on. There we go. And flip it around and have this end, try to get it as close as you can and punch it. And that way you get the size that you need, which I love having the smaller sizes of my punches. Add a dimensional on the back and add your sentiment. I thought this one said Happy Easter, but it doesn't, which would have been cute. But there you go. Treat holder and a card for those grandchildren you can't see because we're all quarantined. Thanks for watching, ladies. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I got lots of other videos on there. Have a great afternoon.